Robert T. Squirrel was born in August. It was a hot day, which was ideal for newborn squirrels. Robert was the smallest kit of the three born to Twyla and Tobias Squirrel. The largest was a boy. Tobias lifted the larger male child and admired him. His mother asked, "What shall we call this boy?" Tobias had once heard Mr. Twibb read a book about Alexander the Great. Mr. Twibb always read aloud. "We'll name him Alexander the Great," Tobias said. "Great," for short. Twyla liked the name. She held a baby squirrel in her paws. "I'll name her Pink," she said. Mother Twibb said Pink is for girls. Their attention turned to the runt of the litter. The smallest kit squirmed as his parents wondered over him. "He looks so small and sickly," said Tobias. "What can we do for him?" Twyla lifted her small baby and cuddled him. She said, "We must do something." Tears dripped from her cheeks onto her little boy squirrel. Just then she heard Mother and Father Twibb having coffee on their patio. Twyla raised her eyebrows. "I'll take him to Mother Twibb. She raised me when I was an orphan. She'll know what to do." So Twyla's squirrel carried her failing baby down the tree and across the lawn. As Mother Twibb spread jelly on her toast, Twyla appeared. "You have a baby," said Mrs. Twibb. "Chirp, bark, chirp," said Twyla. "Oh, Twyla," said Mother Twibb, "he's so tiny." Twyla lifted her baby high and chirped. Mrs. Twibb knew what she meant. "Please help." Mother Twibb leaned over and took the baby kit between two fingers. "Look, Father, it's a baby squirrel." Father Twibb said, "Suppose you'll raise it like you did Twyla." Mother Twibb said, "I must. He's so little and helpless." Father Twibb leaned closer and looked over his reading glasses. "Mother, you know you'll have to feed him every 2 hours, even at night. It's a lot of work." Mother Twibb smiled at Father Twibb. "I know, but it will be worth it." Mother Twibb admired the baby kit. "Your baby will be safe with me." Twyla flicked her tail. Mother Twibb said, "You're welcome." Twyla turned to rush back to her nest. After all, she had 2 other babies that needed her attention. She bounced through the soft grass and leaped to the tree. Just before she entered her nest, she looked back at Mother Twibb, who was cuddling the baby squirrel. Twyla chirped, then slipped into her nest. For weeks, Twyla was a busy mother with 2 infants. During the day, she'd hunt for acorns and berries, but every 2 hours she'd rush home to feed her babies. At night, she snuggled next to the pair of squirrels to keep them warm. In 4 weeks, her babies opened their eyes and saw their mother for the first time. It was a happy day for the squirrel family. But Twyla had a yearning to see her other baby. "Tobias, watch the children," she chirped. "I'll be back soon." Twyla dashed along the long branch in the tall oak tree, then down the trunk with ease. She was in luck. The Twibb family was sitting on the patio at the big red umbrella table. Twyla bounded across the lawn until she sat at Mother Twibb's feet. "Chirp, bark, chirp," Twyla said. Mother Twibb said, "Well, good morning, Mother Squirrel." Twyla flicked her bushy tail 3 times. Twice may have been enough, but she was excited. Mother Twibb smiled. "I suppose you want to see Bobby." Mrs. Twibb lifted a colorful basket and set it on the concrete. All Twyla could see was fluffy white cotton until Mother Twibb pulled it apart. She said, "Isn't he precious?" Twyla nodded. The little boy squirrel was asleep. Twyla slipped into the basket and sniffed her son. Then she glanced up at Mother Twibb with grateful eyes. Mother Twibb's lip curled as she watched Twyla nuzzle her boy. Then the most amazing thing happened. Bobby opened his eyes for the first time and saw his mother. He stared for a while, then cuddled next to her and closed his eyes. Bobby fell asleep. "I named him Bobby," said Mother Twib. "His full name is Robert T. Squirrel. Do you like it?" Twyla chirped her approval, then she pulled the cotton over Bobby. "I will keep him warm and safe for you," said Mother Twib. Twyla flicked her tail with approval, then darted back to her nest. Twyla chattered as Tobias smiled. He was pleased to hear that his little runt had survived. He hoped they would spend many hours together in the big oak tree in the Twib's backyard.